these shows, I want to be a running archive of what true integrative health is all about. It's not saying one form of medicine is better than the other. You know, if I don't look at Ayurvedic medicine and say it's better than bioregulatory medicine or traditional Chinese medicine or functional medicine or traditional naturopathy or any of these. I don't. I say each one of these has its own wisdom. And if we put the actual patient or wellness client before the actual form of medicine, that's the only form a person may practice, well, you've got a much better chance of helping someone get well. So if you understand integrative health and you don't say, oh, you don't play one form is better than another, well, again, you're going to be able to help many more people. So that's always the goal of the show. That's what I've learned. I mean, I only learned that by literally traveling around the world and trying to discover the best form of medicine. That was the whole point of my internships, was that I was actually going to work in these clinics and hospitals, and I was going to say, okay, whatever form of medicine works the best to help people get well, that's what I'll practice. And pretty much within 3 or 4 months, I already knew that there wasn't one best form. Now, I still continue with all my internships, of course, and I studied in India multiple times, Sri Lanka, China, Europe, and of course, all over the US. And it was through that experience that you can't just get from reading textbooks that I learned that everyone is able to get well, everybody, the worst of the worst, but not every form of medicine, single form, is going to help every single person every time. So that's what I realized. But everybody can get well. They may just need to borrow from multiple areas. And yes, sometimes that's conventional medicine for acute-based circumstances. For example, if you have a staph infection where you could be dead within 72 hours, you should probably get antibiotics or medical-based care. Now, for me, antibiotics I would never use personally unless I was literally dying. That's it. Because the repercussions of taking antibiotics are so severe for gut-based issues and destroying your own innate immunity that it's not worth it. Now, if you need to take them, you need to take them. Like, that's just the way that it is. If you had surgery, you may need to take them. So what do? Well, then you do something like a CBO finisher, which is rebuilding the gut, repopulated with good probiotics, but also with Saccharomyces boulardii through something like a clean gut probiotic or whatever it might be. So again, there are ways to do this, but what I'm saying is every form of medicine is necessary. Conventional medicine, your medical doctor are not better than integrative health practitioners. They're not. They're different, right? So everybody should have a medical doctor, but you better believe you should have someone that also practices true health caring, not just sick care. And that's extremely important because you're missing out on all the things that I'm going to be talking about here today. And namely, that's all autoimmune diseases and diseases in general are fixable. And why do I say that? Well, every single one of them has an underlying root cause. And regardless of your genetics, which is the typical excuse a medical doctor will give you, that does not mean that you have to have it.